Hey guys, welcome to FC26, the whole city career mode. That is right, we are taking over Hull City as they enter the Premier League. And we're going to try and firstly make sure they survive this season, and then hopefully we can take them to glory. This will probably be my last career mode of the year before FC27. So we're going to try and make it a long one, try and make it a good one. Um, but yeah, we got a lot to do in today's episode with signing wise. I've made a couple of free agents and a couple of signings that I think are smart, but I've left the big ones for you guys to see and rate in the video. So we're going to head over to the squad, head over to my transfer activity already, and then we're going to jump into some loan signings and some real transfers. We've got just over 100 million. I gave us 100 million from the takeover finance, just because in real life most Premier League championship sides that go up to the Premier League spend about 100 million. I did do it as a test without the injection, and my budget would be about 30 million, and I don't think I could survive with that. So I've done it. I know it's not fair, but I think for most Premier League sides that have been newly promoted do spend about 100 million. So I think that is fair enough to give myself 100 million to try and give this side a chance of survival. So let's head over and see. So far this season, we've only made the four transfers, starting with the one transfer that I did buy, and I was going to save it for camera. However, as we were simming through to get the season started, there was a bid for him, so I had to act quick. But it's going to be Club Bruges, Joik Sells, 76 overall, left back, can play right back and left mid, 76, which is a start upgrade in the starting position. I've tried to keep all signings below 80, but obviously I do have some couple in the shortlist that I could see potentially coming that around the 80 mark. So all signings so far are between 75 and 78 max. So I think he's going to be a good signing, young and can have great potential. Armando Gonzalez, 76 as a striker. I brought him in because he could be a good backup to Ollie McBurney, but also I have not changed the formation, but I do have other formations that I think in big games and in certain games I might fit a swap to a 4-4-2, and to have another striker in would be a great option. So he comes in from the free agent, 76 overall. Picked up Cesar Montanez, 29, gonna bring some experience. Again, another Mexican, 76 overall. Upgrade on the current Hull City centre backs, but even then, that's not really massive in the Premier League. That is lower end of Premier League quality. So I think that was a good, smart signing to have as rotation and bench options. West Bernard was my first pickup. 72 overall, very very low on the end, but that 89 pace could be deadly towards the later stages of games. So I thought he would be a good free agent to bring in. So those are the free agents I brought this season. And then there were a couple of free agents I did buy last season. So I did go and pick up Ricardo Mora. I did say in the last episode that he would be a player that I think could come in 74 overall. Again, on the lower end of quality, but his potential so high. If we develop him right, he could be a world-class player. So I think that is a good and sensible, smart signing from us. We went on to activate the deal for Colonan, just 2 million. Obviously, was on loan last season for Hull, but we've bought him permanently, and I think that is a good option in that CDM/centre mid role. We also brought in Diorcic from the free agents again. 77, probably the highest player I've bought so far, alongside Reyes, who's again another free agent. So I've been picking and smart signings just to help the squad. Montanez, Lopez also come in from the free agents. We're trying to get rid of some players that I don't think are good enough. But yeah, Say's come into the lineup, so that's not a bad squad so far. It wouldn't survive the Prem just yet, but we do have some more work to do. We are in the transfer hub now. Before I go and buy anyone, there's a couple of free loanies that I can try and get, and we're gonna start with Josh Agpomo. Would come in very good, basic terms. 2 years if possible. Chelsea are going to say yes, and I think that would be a good squad player as well. Obviously, we'd have to make sure we give him minutes so that Chelsea don't recall him, but a 50-50 split there could be a good option. And then from Arsenal, a young goalkeeper. I think I would like to loan him because I do think I can get him in. But I think I'm actually going to try and buy him just so that he can go on the bench. He would be the backup goalkeeper, and that is the reason why I'm not going to try and loan him. But if I can get a deal for 3.5 million, which was on the lower end of the scale, I think that would be a great backup signing in the goalkeeping positions. They say no, so unfortunately it's not going to go through. But we can always try it towards the end of this window, whether that will be a loan or a buy. Obviously, we'll have to see if Apomo comes in on that loan. I do think he will, but it's up to him. We've got big options to do, and I think I'm going to start with Bramazovko, the CDM, 76 overall. Can play centre mid and CDM, and I think he would be a good option. So we're going to go for 12. I'm going to go for 13.5 and see what they say. His value is 12 million, and they're going to accept it. So I think that's a decent offer. Not overpaid too much, but would be good quality. Now it's going to be down to the wages. Can we get a deal for him? That is going to be the question. It's a crucial role, which I don't mind, because that is going to improve the midfield. 4 years, that's good. His wages are not bad. 35,000 a week and a signing bonus. I'm happy to pay for that, and we have got our first business done of the episode, a centre mid / CDM, and he's going to be good quality for this whole City side. I am trying to look at players. I don't want to go and buy the best players and high rated players, because obviously like when newly promoted sides come up, not many people want to transfer there. So I'm trying to pick unique talents from different leagues and stuff. Unlike Sunderland, obviously when they got Granit Xhaka from out of nowhere, that definitely helped them build a squad. But I think we're going to go for a young talent that can grow throughout the season and hopefully hit those 80 rated towards the end of the season. That could definitely help us, and he's going to be a great signing for us. My next signing is going to be Van der Bosch as centre back. So we're gonna try 11 million. I don't know what they're gonna say. 18 with 20%. I don't mind the 20%, but I'm not prepared to pay 18 million. So I'm gonna go down to 15. The selling clause isn't really a problem. They're gonna say yes for 15 million. I think that's a solid centre back option. I'm going to try Matthew Smits as well. See if we can get a good deal for him. If not, I think we'll pick the better deal. So again, we'll start with 1350, which is below his market value. They want 23. I guess if we go to 15 million, which is what obviously we're paying for Van der Bosch, see what they say. They want 21. Yeah, I'm going to walk out of these negotiations for now. And I think Van der Bosch will be the player that we do go on to sign for 15 million. If you are a Hull City fan, do you think you can stay up? I know there are rumours that Hull City can't spend any money because of a transfer ban or something. So that does mean they're going to, if that is true, they probably would go straight back down to the Premier League. But I'm going to give Van der Bosch a 4-year contract. So let me know, do you think they can survive next season? We saw obviously Leeds and Sunderland stay up this year. So it is possible. We're going to drop 33k on his contract. Hopefully that is going to be enough to lure him to Hull City. He wants a signing bonus, and we're going to accept it as he joins the Tigers. That is going to be another quality centre back coming in to not only give us first team quality, but also could give us rotation if we can get a Pomo as well. We are trying to be smart with the signings, and I think we've done it well with a mix of free agents and some young talent that have good potential and not overpaying. 76. Oh, they say we could have got him for 11. I think 13. It's not a bad deal. Moving on, I think I do want to pick up a good talent from the Championship, and that is going to be Femi Aziz from Millwall. Probably deserved to go up to the Premier League himself. Maybe not Millwall, because they did drop off, but this player was absolutely a monster in the Championship. So I think for 4.5 million, I think this could be a solid signing. We're going to reject that. Again, we'll just go with a 450. See what they say. 5.2. We'll go down again to 470. See what they say. They want 5.2. 5 million. and Femi Aziz could be joining Hull City in the Premier League. I don't think Millwall fans will be happy with this, but he would bring great quality onto the left hand side. I know he's a right mid, but I would probably want to play him on the left, as we don't have a left mid or left winger good enough for the Prem. 40k is going to be a lot, but I think he's good enough to justify that contract. There it is. Femi Aziz is going to join Hull City. Some good signings so far. A rated, of course. Head back into the squad now. We're gonna improve our bench and stuff. So let's go down. Brazeko can come in onto the bench, and he will overtake Slater for now. Aziz, and Bots can come up. Bots. Bots will come up there, and then Femi Aziz can come onto the left. That is our current team, and I think that's good. I don't think it's quite there yet. I do think another centre back, because I do want to loan out a huge. Probably another striker, another centre DM and centre mid. And it looks like Josh Opomo will come in on loan to Hull City from Chelsea. That's not a bad signing to have on loan. We are going to go in for... Who do we want to go? I'm going to go in for Christos Muzukasic. I think good centre mid. Obviously, I do know we're not playing for centre mids right now, but I want to have ability to swap formations when needed to in game. So I think a CDM, a centre mid and a CDM are options that we are looking at, and for him to be just less than 10 million, we're going to start with 8 million because that is something we could probably get him for. They're going to say 12 point. It's a big. I don't mind the sell-on clauses, so again we'll try 9.5 under 10 million. I don't mind the sell-on clauses. It's the overall value that's going to be good because we get him for 9.5 million, which means we can still spend other money elsewhere. Just gonna have to try and get him down on a contract So far, I think the whole City transfer business and model has been perfect. As we go in for important. He's going to say yes to that. I thought he was going to go crucial, but I don't mind that because if we're not playing centre mids from the start, then obviously he's not going to moan about it. We're going to offer him 30k. Hello? Yeah, just very hot and sweaty. We're going to go for Hayden Hackney again. Another player like Femi Aziz from the Championship in the playoffs. Had a great season, but just unfortunately couldn't get over the line their teams. But we're going to go and try and sign him and save him from the Championship. So I'm going to offer 10 million. Okay, so they won't sell him cost. Probably means we can get him probably for cheaper. Yeah, 9.8. We're prepared to pay that. Just under 10 million. And what a bargain for Hackney, who's been incredible for Middlesbrough. I'm prepared to give him important. If he goes crucial, I'm not too mad about that. Yeah, that's fine. He wants 4 years. That's also fine. As for the wages, I'm going to offer him 40k. Bit of a bump from what he's getting from the Championship, but also not overpaying. He's going to say yes, and I think that is a great signing. Great overall, great young talent. Big offers there. But I am going to... Oh, could we go for it? Is it going to be enough? That is a question. Well, 20 million. Would that be a good offer? 23. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Can we get down to 20 though? Stay on that 20 million. They say yes. and one of the best young French talents could be joining Hull City. Crucial indeed. 5 years indeed. Wade is fine. A beautiful signing that is going to be. Business before ending today's episode. Obviously we sold Paddy McNair to Southampton, age 31, got him off the books. Our last signing of the episode, Adam Bademi. What a signing he is going to be. We also picked up the Greek Christos Muzasic. Hackney as well, decent option from Middlesbrough there, 77 plays centre mid, CDM and Cam for just 9.8 million. And obviously Minas was 9.5. Josh Akpamo on loan. We're gonna have to make sure we do play him so that obviously Chelsea don't recall him, but we do have him for 2 seasons. 15 million on another centre back, Zen van der Bosch. Pretty much overpaid, but has come in as a starter, and I think he can be good enough for that price tag. Jaquin sells 76 left back, 12 million of bargain from Club Brugge. We got a free agent in Armando Gonzalez. Volodymyr Brazico for 13.5